Hi there, welcome to the Animals Naturally podcast with me, Suzanne. I'm founder of TaraNet, a leading international natural animal healthcare resource at taranet.co.uk. In this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk about why antioxidants matter for our horse's health. You may have seen antioxidants with regards to human health, and you may or may not know what they are, but they're certainly something that affects animals too, not just humans. So what are antioxidants? Well, first of all, a horse's body is under constant attack from particles called free radicals. These are molecules that are formed as a result of normal body processes, and especially through energy production using oxygen. Their production is therefore increased with exercise, but they may also be created following injury, disease, or exposure to certain environmental factors, such as allergens or pollutants. Free radicals are independent yet unstable molecules that contain one or more unpaired electrons. The preferred state is for electrons to be paired, and therefore free radicals actively search for a partner to pair up with. However, in order to become stable, they have to attract electrons from surrounding molecules, which usually do not have spare electrons to give. The original free radical therefore effectively steals the electron, which causes a donating molecule to become a free radical itself. This can start a chain reaction. Under certain circumstances, this process can be harnessed usefully. For example, it's how white blood cells, the cells of our immune system, help destroy potentially harmful bacteria and viruses. Some free radicals have the potential to oxidize essential elements and proteins within cell membranes, leading to cell death. Such alterations in the structure of cell membranes, cell DNA, and other cellular components cause oxidative damage, and it can disrupt normal physiological processes. So they're very important for health, so not just of ourselves, but also our animals. So this oxidative damage, at least in humans anyway, can affect both the ageing process and the development of a number of diseases or conditions. It's thought that oxidative damage may be implicated in ailments in horses too. Antioxidants, otherwise known as free radical scavengers, are the body's natural defence against oxidative damage. They effectively neutralise free radicals, for example by giving them the electron that they so desperately seek, without becoming an active free radical themselves, so preventing the chain reaction from continuing. Antioxidants play an important role in maintaining the health and integrity of body cells. In fact, the balance between free radical production and antioxidants is thought strongly to be related to lifespan. The antioxidant defence system within the body is quite complicated and depends on a variety of factors such as the dietary intake of vitamins and minerals and the production of other compounds within the body. Some nutrients such as zinc, manganese, iron, selenium and copper form an integral part of antioxidant enzyme systems. Others, such as vitamin E, act as antioxidants in their own right. As the antioxidants effectively neutralise the free radicals, they tend to become changed themselves. Most commonly, they become oxidised and can no longer act as antioxidants until they are restored to their unoxidised or reduced state. Oxidative stress occurs when the antioxidant defence system cannot cope with the rate of free radical production, and a large proportion of the antioxidants have become oxidised. This can be due to increased exposure to oxidants from the environment, such as exposure to pollution and so on. It might be caused by the antioxidant capacities within the horse becoming decreased, for instance, if your horse has a disease or an ailment, or is suffering from an imbalance from their diet. Diet itself can increase the oxidative load and potentially lead to oxidative stress. For example, diets rich in polyunsaturated oils, such as certain vegetable oils, increase the requirement for antioxidants, especially vitamin E. Non-dietary sources of oxidative stress include UV light, pollution, anaesthesia, inflammation and physical injury, as well as exercise. Nutrition is thought to play an important part in helping to protect the body against oxidative stress and damage. Vitamin C is believed to be one of the most important antioxidants in the fluids found outside the cells themselves. It's important also for the formation of cartilage and bone, as well as for the optimal function of the immune system and wound healing. Vitamin C is thought to be one of the most important antioxidants in the fluid lining the lungs of horses, and that levels are reduced in horses who suffer from recurrent airway obstruction and other types of airway inflammation. Unlike humans, primates and guinea pigs, for instance, the horse is able to synthesise its own supply of vitamin C. It's therefore been thought that vitamin C requirements of the healthy horse will be met by tissue synthesis. However, horses which are under certain types of stress, such as exercise, load, transport, disease, trauma or surgery, may still require extra vitamin C. But not all dietary sources of vitamin C are equal. Therefore, it's important that if supplementation is provided, it's via a source which has been shown to be available and stable. There are many herbal supplements, for instance, that do contain vitamin C, and some straight tinctures, such as rosehip, for instance, are naturally richer in vitamin C. Please look at the website at taranet.co.uk for the herbal remedies section on the site, where you'll find lots of different herbs listed, and it will mention whether they have vitamin C as a prime constituent. Fat-soluble vitamin E is a major antioxidant involved in maintaining cell membrane integrity, and vitamin E is also thought to play an important role in the function of the immune system and is believed to be crucial for normal growth and muscle function. A dietary source of vitamin E is essential as it cannot be created in the body. Horses get theirs from green forage and the oils of some grain seeds. Cereals and preserved hays contain limited amounts of vitamin E. Selenium content of pasture can be variable across the country and across the world, as a few plants may contain very high levels, but some pastures, particularly in the UK, can sometimes be low to moderate. Copper, zinc and manganese are important antioxidant trace minerals, but again that can be very variable depending on where the horse is getting its dietary intake from. Again, vitamin E, selenium, all the different things I've mentioned in terms of antioxidants, information on different herbs can be found not only in the natural pet health blog at taranet.co.uk, but also on the herbal remedy section. So I do urge you to have a look, where you can find more information at the website. Herbs and spices are valuable antioxidant sources, and they've been found to be such. And as I say, it's really important that you do consider, particularly if your horse has got is recovering from an injury or an ailment, that antioxidants are considered to be an important part of helping sure that he or she can get better as soon as possible. Your veterinary surgeon will be able to advise you too, and certainly they may well also advise you of any supplementation. Supplements are not all equal, they do vary considerably, and certainly they will vary a lot in terms of the prime ingredients. So do take a look carefully at the ingredient list, and your veterinary surgeon may well have some good recommendations. Many veterinarians do recommend the use of herbal supplements now, even if they're not herbal veterinary specialists. But again, there are herbal veterinarians who have had additional training who can also help you understand more what will be beneficial for your horse. So in a nutshell then, just to recap, antioxidants are a natural part of life, both in human body and our horses' bodies, but they do need to be carefully considered as a part of our holistic health for our animals, for our horses, to make sure that he or she is as fit and healthy as they can be. And it's normal for there to be fluctuations depending on what's going on with your horse. As I said, if they've particularly had strenuous exercise or any ailments, then they may well need additional care and attention to their health. So there are a plethora of different supplements out there and different feeds. So do speak to your veterinary surgeon for advice, particularly if your horse is unwell or has any on any pre-existing medications or any supplements. And do speak to some of the animal horse feed supplement or feed manufacturers, and they also do have some specialists sometimes who can help advise you too, who are trained equine nutritionists. So certainly something to consider. And so do look at the website at taranet.co.uk, where you can find lots of information on different herbal supplements and different herbs, and you can see what might be suitable for your horse to give you an idea of things to look out for. I hope that's been helpful, and it's quite a complex subject to talk about, but hopefully you've know a bit more now. So I hope it's been helpful, and until next time, goodbye.